guys, just testing the audio for a second. Hey guys, just testing the audio for a second. Interesting how it sounds. You know, I want to figure out how to use my audio better because I have the right equipment. Putting my piano moodiness on. I have the right equipment, you know. I have the Blue Yeti like everyone else does that does podcasts and stuff, and they always get it to sound really crisp and really good, and I want to figure that out. I'm slowly figuring out how to make these streams better and better, and I think that's the next thing that I have to deal with, because I don't think it sounds super crisp. It sounds fine enough, but it is quite a bit away from me. I don't know if that's something, but anyway. Hello guys. Hi Matthias, thank you for being here. Good evening. Freedom Justice. Hello Martina. Hi Freedom Justice. Nice name. Cool. And Joan says, here we go. All right, cool. Yeah, here we are. So the thing is, last time I was really excited to do this piece, this stream, where showing you guys everything that I saw going to the Poster House Museum. So in New York City, there's a museum. It's called the Poster House, and it's a museum about posters. And posters are super fun. They're aesthetic. You know, Lady Alchemy has posters. I've done posters for performing. I've done posters for the comic book. So poster design is really interesting in its own kind of respect, which is why they have a museum for it. And so there were various things that, different things there, installations there. And this one was the Swiss Grid. Oh. Fox Mulder in the house. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me see. You didn't say anything. Fox Mulder, thank you. You're so kind. Fuck guys, yeah. Thank you. If you want to help contribute to reach my goal, you can go to this link, streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. If you enjoy these sorts of things, thank you so much, Fox Mulder. You're always so kind. I really appreciate the community that we're starting to build in here. You know, really artsy stuff. If you guys are just kind of sick of what's going on politically and you want to get away or you want to contribute, I think a big talking point that I've been having the past 4 years is that we should be creating the world that we want to live in, not just complaining about the left. So aspects of understanding art and culture and history and just educating ourselves, being as educated as possible in our own stuff that we care about instead of their institutions and stuff. So just self-education and being out there and trying to build up the world that we want instead of just complaining. So thank you so much. Did I get a chance to see some Santos Bonacci on YouTube? Oh, thank you. I do screen cap when you guys send me that stuff. I do remember screen capping it last time. I just did it again. And you know what? I'll write it down on a piece of paper, which is what I tend to do. Old school that way. And that way, yeah, when I do like to have things on in the background. Lately I've been watching Rome on Netflix, stuff about like Caesar and Caligula and all that stuff, Marcus Aurelius. So I like to watch stuff on in the background, and that'll be a good thing to put on when I run out of things to watch. So thank you. I'll check that out on YouTube. Thank you. Cool. So yeah, the Poster House. There are a few exhibits at the Poster House, and we are currently going over the Swiss Grid, which, if we look at stuff down here, you can start to see the aesthetic of what this Swiss Grid is about, and this system of design and poster design really starts getting gritty. over here, over here. It's pretty gritty. But yeah, this is like the start in like the 50s and early 60s. Then they started doing all this really sleek minimalism, very mathematical and stuff like that. So we kind of got stuck in the middle of this stream last time because YouTube went down. It did some strange things and went down. Oh shoot, what did I do? I changed. There we go. YouTube went down and people couldn't see the stream and they couldn't get into the stream anymore. Oh my god, we got Nick Soldo. Thank you so much. Oh wow, so many notifications coming in. Hello from Franjo and Nicola. We love you from Chicago. Thank you, Nick. How kind. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chicago. And then we have George Duclius. 10 Canadian bucks. Hi, Martina. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you so much.
Hello from Franjo and Nicola. We love you from Chicago.
Very nice. I think that other one might pop in here in a second too. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. But okay, sorry. Let me just see something real quick. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. Anyway, so before we get into the grid, I am going to reiterate some of these, not all of them, so we'll just get right back to where we left off. But just in case there's people that didn't see the last stream or whatever, I do want to briefly go through a few points, and this is before the grid. Gotta catch my breath. Before the development of the grid, Switzerland had already embraced a cohesive aesthetic that set it apart from the rest of Europe. Around 1914, poster sizes within the country were standardized, known as the Welt format or World format, and rules were introduced establishing where posters could be officially displayed in public. Designers excelled at the classic illustrational poster, promoting tourism through sun-dappled landscapes and products through handsome renderings of goods. Text was typically expressive and artistically integrated into the compositions. Most posters would also have to be rendered in one or more of the country's 4 languages, German, French, Italian, and Romanish, to meet governmental rules on advertising. An artistic challenge as many translated words or phrases. An artistic challenge as many translated words or phrases took up different qualities of space on the page. By the late 1950s, however, this illustrational style had run its course. Idyllic imagery seemed dishonest in the post-war years, and companies within a newly unified Europe sought to access a growing international market as efficiently and cohesively as possible. So that is interesting because what they're talking about with this, like, 1914 Switzerland so they had the standardized format poster size that they had there, and you have to remember they have 4 languages. And in 1914 they were doing a lot of the illustrated stuff, illustrations like this, these sorts of things. And this one I think is interesting because it says that it kind of foreshadows the future when we get into the grid, the Swiss grid, with this use of negative space there. So that's actually a really interesting one, considering the negative space going on. This is what they're talking about, elegantly showing off the goods through artistic renderings. You can see the details there. Again, don't mind the lighting. The lighting at this museum sucked for a poster museum because the lighting was all low and behind us, and it just reflected right through, so it's really annoying, but just deal with it and try to look past that. But yeah, this is a really cool drawing. So yeah, this is for some clothing thing, the Marquis PKZ. So they just did a drawing of the coat, and the label was like the text for the advertisement, so it didn't really require more than that. I mean, super cool detailing. Look at that. This is also the PKZ. It's a menswear. This has that, again, these are all like the 1920s. Yeah, so 24 is this one. This one's 23, 1923. 1924, and this has the Art Deco kind of vibe to it. But again, illustrations. More detailed illustrations. This is what they really liked. This is before we get to the grid. Yeah. And then in the 50s, when they were doing more of this minimalistic style with the posters, they some of the artists still stuck to the old style that you see here with these tourism posters, that they are graphic and it has that Art Deco-y futurism kind of vibe, and it's still very like illustrated, and you'll see like what we saw before with those graphical grid kind of concepts. It's totally modern and different to this. This is the old-fashioned kind of stuff. So this is 1957, and people were still kind of holding on to this kind of style a little bit too. So it just shows the contrast of what was going on. This is another one, 1958, Zurich. So holding on to that artistic illustrational style is what they call it. And then here we go. We get to 1960 with this. You can see the abstract H going on there. That's cool. Again, ignore the terrible lighting. You can see all the glare. This is for a ballet, Giselle. And the eye is where the knee is supposed to be, and it kind of guides the text with the image. So the use of text in the space with the images is really interesting. You could see how cleaner it is. It's more simple, these designs are, than the illustrations that we were just talking about earlier. You know? Yeah, let's read this real quick if you guys don't mind. Again, I'm not going to read all of them, but we will go through some. Sorry. How are you guys doing? You okay? Not very talkative in the chat there. So we have this exhibition explores how grid systems were developed, who practiced them, and what the actual rules are, and how they became a lasting graphic design phenomenon. Since its birth in the early 50s, no other graphic design tool has had a greater impact than the Swiss grid. Whether adhering to it, playing with it, or decreeing it, all styles and movements since then have been responding to this system. Born out of a need for clarity and functionality in a country with 4 official languages, the grid became a simple way to tackle issues of efficient mass communication. It also avoided referencing stylistic trends traditionally associated with any single country, thus appearing universal, anonymous, and modern. As such, it spread to all aspects of visual messaging, from book layouts to subway designs, posters to instruction manuals. In a fractured post-war era, the trilingual publications produced by the practitioners of the system spread around the world, becoming touchstones for modern design. Key designers published their own textbooks and took up teaching positions in Europe, the United States, India, Latin America, Japan, and beyond, ensuring that the next generation of graphic designers was familiar with the flexible grid. Sorry, this is a terrible one to read. I'm going to read it on this way. Multinational corporations also saw grid-based designs as an efficient problem-solving device for the global market, allowing designers to be seen as communication engineers rather than artists. While current, more edgy designs trends typically depart from the seemingly regimented mid-century outlook on design, the grid remains a go-to tool for corporate and governmental communication, as no other graphic system offers such a rational versatility and unpretentious functionality when attempting to reach a mass audience. Cool. This one is really cool. It is, I'm gonna have to read this one. It's 1959, Uch du bist liberal. Yeah, 1959. I mean, look at that. So modern for the 50s. I love it. This is an election poster stating "You too are liberal." Plays on the 1914 British enlistment poster featuring Lord Kitchener, a pose made iconic by James Montgomery Flagg's "I Want You" design in 1917. Remember that, guys? The out-of-focus image allows the viewer to imagine a person of any gender in the role, while the use of "du," a familiar form of "to" reserved primarily for family members, adds an extra element of intimacy to the composition. Cool. This one shows, yeah, it's for theater, and it's the little square there is to put different calendar features on it, so it was useful all season. Yeah, and showcases all the different things that go on there. This is really cool too. This one is interesting because it's 1960, okay, and it was paid for by the Swiss Committee for Noise Abatement. This photo offset poster was hung in groupings throughout Zurich, encouraging citizens to be aware of the unpleasantness of noise pollution. I mean, cool. That's some cool propaganda right there, right? Between 1947 and 1952, the number of cars doubled in Switzerland, leading to numerous PSAs related to safety and general social courtesy. By the late 1950s, aviation and construction noises had also become a major nuisance for city dwellers. In this design, the grid has been shifted to 50 degrees. In my case, I call it the Dutch angle, when you tilt it at like a 45-degree angle. I don't know why 50, but okay. It's a 45-degree angle, it's a Dutch angle, providing a visual tension that not only echoes but also enhances the message of the poster, which is correct, because that's kind of what you want to do with the Dutch angle, is like use it for certain techniques. Definitely for this, having like noise and disturbance and stuff, it definitely creates that. I love it. It's great. It's a great poster. This one is great too. It's for some London telephone company thing. I mean, really cool. I think they say that they possibly typed things out on a typewriter and then blew up the text, and that's what it looks like. That's why it looks very inky. It's kind of cool. It's really modern and pop. It's cool. Yeah, 1957 too. Pretty modern for the 50s. Pretty cool. I do want to read this. Why Switzerland? If you guys are okay with that. So, why Switzerland? As a neutral territory, Switzerland was one of the few European countries to emerge relatively unscathed from World War II. Unlike its neighboring countries, its infrastructure had not been destroyed, its citizens had not been witness to mass bloodshed, and its economy had been steadily recovering since the crash in 1929. Foreign artists and innovators saw the country as a haven, taking up teaching positions in Zurich and Basel, where their forward-thinking ideas were nurtured. While the rest of the world recovered, Switzerland had the luxury of focusing on cultural growth. Cultural growth. The luxury of cultural growth. See, that's why it's so important to do these things and push forward with art and culture, and pushing our culture forward. It's important. So radio says elements of the right, like in religion, we have been against showing boobs, vagine, and sex in art. How can we overcome the frigidity of some circles? I mean, that's an interesting topic that I've actually wanted to do some streams about. I think I have done some streams about it, maybe. I've definitely written an article on my website, martinamarkota.com, back in 2016 about, it's called Art in the Nude, and it talks about how I am a conservative and do burlesque. And I mean, I don't think that nudity in art is even taboo in religious circles because they've always depicted it. I mean, like, the Sistine Chapel has nudity all over the place. You see, like, Mary's tit out all the time. You see Jesus's dick when he's, like, on the, getting crucified and shit all the time. You know, nudity is just nudity. It's not necessarily sexual, you know, so there's that. And, I mean, I have a whole conversation about that, and it would be a great topic to maybe go over. Oh, God. And, yeah, good question. I like that. Oh, they redacted their question. Oh, okay. Anyway. Where was I? While the rest of the world recovered, Switzerland had the luxury of focusing on cultural growth. The government and professional organizations started sponsoring design competitions like the Best Swiss Poster, established in 1941, touring the winning designs both at home and abroad. Cool. Museums. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by the chat sometimes. Guys are talking about Caligula. I mentioned Caligula. Okay, so museums hosted exhibitions about new Swiss design, inviting the artists to lecture and create catalogs and posters for the show. These are all really fun ideas. See, these are all kind of concepts we can take ourselves. So, like, let's say if people are doing, you know, we gotta push art and design in these ways, whether we have our own competitions or do whatever. I mean, I'm trying to work on this magazine. If I can get my shit out and make things happen, life is always getting in the way. But, you know, if someone has a book they're doing, you know, hire one of our artists and have them design something. Let's, you know, start pushing our people and our artists forward, because, like, we're not getting a chance in the lefty circles, but, like, why not take advantage of the artists in your circles to start, like, collaborating and doing stuff. Hey, Sandra, nice to see you. Okay, so museums hosted exhibitions about new Swiss design, for inviting the artists to lecture and create catalogs and posters for the shows. Design publications like Graphis, 1944, also flourished, introducing Swiss graphics to the world through trilingual volumes in English, German, and French. Most of the winners of these competitions, as well as the people creating the exhibition posters and new publications, were professors at the two biggest design schools in Switzerland, the Allegemeng Gewerbeschule, later the Schule für Gestaltung in Basel, and the, oh god, I don't know how to say that, Kunstgewerbeschule in Zurich, where grid-based design was being developed and taught. These numerous outlets allowed this particularly Swiss style to spread and saturate the international design community with unprecedented impact. By the late 1940s, homegrown companies with an eye for increasingly international market wanted recognizable brand identities that set them apart from the competition. This crisp, easy-to-understand means of communication was at once particularly Swiss and adaptable to any country, and so these brands turned to professors in Zurich and Basel to define a new advertising age. So these are a series of what they talked about, how this style became you know, popular for a lot of magazines, and there was competitions and different things. So there's like an influential modern design publication in Argentina. There's a women's exhibition in Zurich, displays evolution of woman from early civilization to present day. And you can see the design there. There's rubber tires and sandpaper catalog advertisement. There is an architectural journal that demonstrates one of the most straightforward uses of the grid layout. There's the Tisch in 1960, the front and back covers of his furniture brochure designed as a single image so that we see the top and side of the table simultaneously, and things like that. So let's check that out. So yeah, this is the table that they were talking about. I mean, cool design. It's cool. And this is another thing, the Arwa. This is the women's thing, I think. I don't know why. No. This isn't women. It says woman, though. But I think this is some sort of... Definitely see the grid going on in this. It's pretty cool. This is just some instruction manual or something, I think. But it's cool. I mean, if you got an instruction manual that looks like that, I'd be like, that's aesthetic. That's cool. I'll be like, damn. Okay. Can I keep that? I'm gonna put that on my coffee table. It just looks cool. So this is the tires and sandpaper stuff, which is really cool. I love it. I think it's really cool. I also I noticed that they use blurry images a lot of times, and that's kind of cool. Sometimes I think blurry images are artistic in itself if it's a good image. And I noticed also Karl Langefeld also did that. Based fashion designer. Like, look at how cool that is. Really fucking cool. This is, I think, Argentina. Nueva Vision. It's like some cultural catalog. Just very clean, sleek grid design. This is the women's exhibition thing that they did. Really clean and sleek. I love it. I love it. 1958. So modern. This is some sort of poster where this car was first prize, and it has 3 different font sizes to kind of create some sort of, mental thing. Typewriter was a prize or something, I think in this one. Yeah, typewriter is given away as a raffle prize. And so they took a picture of it from above to create this angle, and it looks really clean and cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is a montage, I think, or a collage, and they cut out some things and photocopied it against white paper and created this kind of thing for this winter drive. This is some industrial this is some like pots and stuff, right? I don't know, what is this? Industrial designer from the Bauhaus School. Ooh, Bauhaus School is cool. This photolithographic poster advertises an exhibition of the work of Wilhelm Wagenfeld, an industrial designer from the Bauhaus School, known for his sleek, pared-down home goods. Home goods, that's what the word was, home goods. The mathematical breakdown of the stove pot also serves to reveal part of the complex underlying grid structure behind the poster. Mathematics, art, aesthetics, I love it. New York. I don't know if you hear that out there. Yeah, so just more funkiness going on here. Love it. 1960s poster advertises an exhibition of 50 years of handset typography at some museum in Basel. Okay, this is where we left off last time. So we'll go into detail now through here. Sandra says industry where equals is that's a little math lesson for you guys, just so you know. The equal sign literally translates to is mathematically. If you're doing like a word problem or any sort of thing like that. So industry where is industry materials tools. Cool. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Sandra. I hope you are enjoying this one. So yes, please excuse the lighting, which creates a glare, and you can literally see me taking a picture of this damn poster. It's so stupid. Just try to look past that. Matias, we just did a quick review, and you are back in time if you caught the last stream, because now we are right where we left off from the last stream. I just did a quick little review, so we are back. Perfect timing. Musica Viva. Okay, I love it. I love this sleek modern design with the circles and the negative space. I think it's really cool. There I am, posing for the picture. Yes, give it to me. Did I get to the details on it? Okay, yeah. Musica Viva, 1958 to 1960. It is by Joseph Muller-Brockmann, who you will notice that is a name that is repeated quite often in this Swiss grid. Really big deal in this whole scene. Hold on, I look like shit. Let me fix myself. Why do I look so much like shit today? Okay, whatever. So, let me just make sure I have this like cough out. You guys see I smoke a lot, so hold on, give me a second. Hello, hello. I think it's good. Okay, I think my throat's good. So, presented in the order in which they were made, these 3 letterpress posters are part of a series Muller-Brockmann designed for the Zurich Town Hall? Tonhalle? Sandra, what is it? Okay, seen together, they demonstrate the flexibility of the grid system from a combination of 3 columns and precisely measured geometric shapes to a monolithic block of solid text to 2 separate columns of differing weights. Okay. So these 3 go together. So there's this. This. Staying true to a flexible grid system, the circles in the first poster are all mathematically related. I mean, you could say that with anything. Come on. Okay, they're all mathematically related. Okay. Yeah, that's what it was, Sandra. I don't know how you say that, but... The latter 2 posters, printed 2 months apart, highlight the title of the series along with the most important performer, emphasizing them through the use of red rather than the music they would be playing. By not using capital letters, the spaces between the lines of text and the letter forms themselves, leading and kerning, leading and kerning. Yeah, that's something that when I deal with making graphics and stuff and Photoshops and whatever, is the leading. I don't know how you say it because I always read it, but yeah, and the kerning is the thing, like the spaces between the letters and stuff. So by not using capital letters, the spaces between lines of text and the letter forms themselves are more comfortably condensed, creating a weightier block of information. This is underscored by the parentheses, which are in a slightly smaller point size than the rest of the text. Most printers would not have had enough wood or plastic type in a single size of accidens grotesque to create such a word-heavy poster. Okay, well, I guess it's special enough. Yeah, I mean, it's all even kerning and stuff. Viva Musica, everything's just undercased. And they got the, like... Alright, yeah, that's cool. Sure. I'm digging it. Do you notice a mistake in the printing of the middle poster? In the first line of text, the spacing element in the letterpress process has been accidentally inked, leading to some transfer. This imperfection speaks to the manual nature of this printing process. Where's the mistake? Oh, I think I see it. Is it there? Oh yeah, it's there. Cool. How cool a flaw. It's like a beauty mark on the poster. Muller-Brockmann's evolution in style expressed through these three posters was inspired by Vivarelli, who insisted that even geometrical forms could be too subjective and that the information alone could become the image if presented harmoniously. I see that. I see it. Okay. So, okay. I'll give it to him. It's kind of aesthetic in its own way. It does a thing. And I really love the text with this and the image of this. I do like that. And I can see the grid structure with the texting, because that's kind of how I look at my magazine, is this kind of format. It's cool. Alright guys, I think I am going to take a break. I need to go to the bathroom and stuff. And when we get back, please stick around. Don't go anywhere, because the commercials are educational in their own right and fun. And go get a drink, go get a snack, do whatever, chat in the chat. But I'm going to take a quick break for a minute. And when we get back, we'll go into this Zurich versus Basel, which is interesting. And just check out a little bit more, look at these pamphlets, and then there's more posters. There's a lot of other fun stuff to learn about these things. So yeah, stick around. Don't go anywhere, okay? I'm keeping an eye on you through this blacker than black blob right here. I'll be watching you.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around, when there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire. Keeps on going. Next time, give her a second chance.
In appreciation of the stylists of America. work in lines, forms, and textures and colors to give to us beauty, charm, and elegance in the conveniences, comforts, and necessities of our daily living. As a tribute to men and women who design. Through the arts and crafts of the American stylists, the things about us are made to express our own free spirits and desires for the colorful things that spell sheer fun. Improved styling constantly adds to the ease and grace and gaiety of American living. The things we have in America are ever changing. The studios and workshops of our stylists pour forth a never-ending flow of service and of artistry. Lines, planes, forms, and substances in colors. On come the developments of ideas, in pace with the emphatic decisions of the American people as to what they want, in the shapes of utility, and in the manner of their own ever-improving good taste. For our home life, the stylists are creating new expressions of utility, convenience, and beauty in the everyday things that serve us. Wondrous possessions which have new grace and glamour are offered the American people. Homes have more than new plans. They have new patterns for living, made attractive by luxurious interiors. Living space is enhanced by new materials and accented by subtleties of color selection. way things look as well as the way they perform, our homes acquire new grace, new glamour, new accommodations, expressing not only the American love of beauty, but also the basic freedom of the American people, which is the freedom of individual choice. In form, proportion, rhythm, and variety, the stylists leave their unmistakable marks on everyday conveniences in flowing lines and graceful shapes, which we as Americans may enjoy. Women and men alike are increasingly interested in the look of things. They eagerly give their attention to what's new and beautiful and advanced. Modern packaging does more than wrap and hold and conceal. Stunning in color, ingenious in design. It brings festivity to the marketplace, tempting, hinting, and revealing.
Tonight, right after Animal House, Eric Estrada and Howard Hessman meet the Dream Girls.
Hi.
Of every man's fantasy.
I'll just knock you dead.
Morgan Fairchild, Linda Carter, Kathy Lee Crosby, Victoria Principal, and much, much more. Beautiful. They're the sexiest super ladies on the scene. They're the women who rate a 10 later tonight.
I bought the fresh stick, just as you told me. You're absolutely right. It's neat and quick, and it goes on dry. It did make me feel cool and sweet, just as you said. I did everything you said, but my boss still hasn't asked me to lunch.
Unlike some deodorants, Fresh doesn't guarantee you'll get ahead in business. All Fresh does is keep you fresh.
When you think of it, that's quite a lot.
Hey guys. So I put my sweater on and I put my hair back up. So I'm getting cozy with it. I don't care anymore. It's happening. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I hope you enjoy the commercials. I think they're kind of fun and educational themselves, and I spend time editing them. So yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy that. There's a few. This series with that Americana kind of aesthetic, which I think really goes with what we're talking about here today, because although this is the Swiss grid, they talk about how it has this international style and it became this big kind of design aesthetic. It was a really big deal, and you can see that influence in the American style, and it's around the same period that that video is, so it's pretty cool. Oh, let me put my piano music back on. There we go. Okay, let's get back into it. So we have Zurich versus Basel. The Zurich and Basel camps of Swiss design can both be traced back to a single man, Ernst Keller. I like the name Ernst. That's kind of cool. Teaching at the this one. Got to figure out how to say this. Let's see how this is pronounced. Hold up. Yeah. Kunstgewerbeschule pronunciation.
Kunstgewerbeschule.
Seriously? I'm not saying that.
Kunstgewerbeschule. Kunstgewerbeschule.
Kunstgewerbeschule.
Kunstgewerbeschule. Kunstgewerbeschule. Kunstgewerbeschule.
Teaching at the Kunstgewerbeschule from 1918 to 1956. Well, that's a good period, a long time. He is often referred to as the father of Swiss style, having directly trained most of the key players who would go on to define this movement. You guys love when I try to pronounce things. Okay, what was I saying? While he did not explicitly promote the use of a grid system, his teaching methods put communication first, focusing on typography over illustration. At the same time, post-war Zurich was a hotbed of artistic activity. Bauhaus students like Max Bill promoted concrete art that, like the still and constructivism, emphasized abstract geometry, while Jan Tischol's highly praised 1928 publication, The New Typography, glorified asymmetry and photomontage in graphic communication. These landmark influences put some of Keller's students in the perfect position to develop a new design tool that stressed clarity and communication over all else, the flexible grid. Let me zoom in a little bit here, sorry. While no one person can claim to have invented Swiss style and its underlying grid systems, the two most noted figures in the field are Joseph Müller-Brockmann and Armin Hoffmann. Müller-Brockmann quickly opened his own design agency after graduation and would replace Keller as the head of the design department in Zurich in 1956. He used both outlets to promote grid-based compositions, teaching his students a strict, almost regimented method for properly using them as a design tool. Meanwhile, Hoffmann took a position at the Schule für Gestaltung in Basel in 1947. Although also attracted to grid systems, he felt that a design should still have some freedom, often encouraging his students to play with various grids, even break them a little, in order to find a more harmonious end result. These two artistic giants were neither the first nor the only designers to develop and promote this way of thinking about compositional structure. The other students of Keller's, like Hermann Edenbenz and Richard P. Loos, were experimenting with grids as early as 1947 and 1953, respectively, predating Müller-Brockmann's and Hoffmann's efforts. By the mid-1950s, Carlo Vivarelli, Ernst Heistand, and Hans Neuberg were building on these ideas in Zurich, while Emil Ruder, Max Schmidt, Karl Gerstner, Robert Buschler, Fridolin Müller, and Ruth Platzberger were adapting grid systems of their own in Basel. Okay. Okay, so here we have the Ulm 1. Let's look at this. This looks like my high school, my elementary school. This looks so typical to me, it's just so familiar. It's crazy that this is like, look at this design, but like, I get it. So this is the Anthony, 1958, not too much on it. And yeah, this says new graphic design, Graphic design. Yeah, all new graphic design. That's what I mean. Drake here says, I don't understand anything of what Martina is talking about. I'm guessing Swiss grid is some kind of cheese. Sure. But here we go. Again, think about the grid system. So I could see they have like these, I don't know, bars going on. And the typeface, remember, is always the sans serif in this kind of time period, this typographic design. Yeah, New Graphic, 1958. There you have that text kind of thing breaking down, happening again. It's kind of cool. I like it. It's aesthetic. I get it. So yeah, that form is 1966. These, oh, let me zoom in. These 4 publications demonstrate the international influence of the Swiss style of layout and design. All are based on flexible grid, are in multiple languages, and adhere to the black and white color palette. Founded by Joseph Muller-Brockmann, Richard Paul Loos, Hans Neuberg, and Carlo Vivarelli, New Graphique was the most important publication in spreading Swiss design around the world. Members of the Basel School were intentionally excluded from its editorial board. Ulm was, I guess, there we go. I should have read all this underneath it. Ulm was an international journal published by the short-lived Ulm School for Design in Germany, founded by Max Bill, Otto Eicher, and Ingel Eicher-Scholl. It focused mainly on communication and industrial design. And then there's the Typographische Monatsblätter, was founded in 1952 by combining 3 pre-existing journals. Their acronyms are all spelled out phonetically in the layout of this cover. SGM stands for SGM, RSE for RSI, and finally a complex back and forth between the 2 columns at furthest right results in the title of the magazine. TOG, Tag Office Masberter. It would become the most influential and important periodical on graphic design with a focus on typography. So, hold on, let's go back to that. Because I think this is what they're talking about. Yeah, this one. The SGMRSE. So this was like a really influential magazine of the time, I guess. And it's in multiple languages. Cool. Wanna do a magazine, guys? So published in Cambridge, England. Oh, I did a photo shoot there. Form was an arts magazine chronicling the various avant-garde movements in Europe and the United States. So cool. It often featured previously unpublished writings by artists. That's exactly what I want to do. Let me see. Form. Which one is that? What? No way was it this one. This one looks like it's like a manual for some like nerdy shit. I thought that was like a lab manual or something. Oh no, or it's like, is that, oh, those are music notes. Alright, there's musical notes there. Alright, and then I see a piano. Okay, I see things happening. I see it, but it looks like an instruction manual. Well, that's the kind of magazine I want to do. It's cool. Yeah, it looks square. It looks like what I'm trying to do. It's awesome. the avant-garde movements in Europe, chronicling the various avant-garde movements in Europe and the United States, and often featured unpublished artists, which is what I want to do. That's pretty cool. Hopefully it ain't Flux Future. Alright, so now we have this one. Cool. Looks like a book, maybe? So, 1957, using the simplified outline of an open book, there you go, as a framing device, this poster advertises an exhibition of East Asian books and miniatures from the collection of Richard Dowichbenserger, held 1 year before his death. Cool. Cool. This two-sheet letterpress design was printed through a combination of hand-cut linoleum, the outline of the book and larger text, and to metal type, smaller text on the right. Of negative space too, because the way that it's positioned on the page. Interesting. Instruction manual for some nerd shit. Martina Markota 2020. You too are libtard. Libtard is my favorite poster. Jay, we have to Photoshop it and do you two are libtard. Yeah. We gotta do that. That's funny. It's really funny. Let's do that. Okay. And there's this one. I love this one. I think it's so fucking cool. There's me inside of it too. Wearing my mask. So this is, I do believe this one, let me just see real quick. Yes, this one. Schützenfest 1963. Held approximately every 5 years. A Schützenfest is a target shooting festival in which thousands of young men compete to be the best marksmen. How cool. As all men in Switzerland must serve in the military, this is considered a national tradition dating back to the Middle Ages. Wow! How cool! That's a really cool poster for that. Cool. I dig. I dig. Muller's stark composition uses an enlarged blacker than black circle to represent both the barrel of a gun and a target, a perfect example of minimal means with maximum expression. Cool. The poster's simple, direct design meant it could be easily translated into other main languages of Switzerland without needing to alter the composition. I think it's cool. I like it. Berlin. Die Großstadt Deutschland. I like it. I like it. So, Berlin, 1963. This poster promotes an exhibition about Berlin, the largest city in Germany. It's cool. It's really cool. It is a two-sheet letterpress design with a combination of hand-cut lettering, Berlin, plastic type, the subheading, and to metal type, the text at the lower left. The skinny, hyper-extended letter forms in the upper right register, combined with remarkably tight kerning, give the poster a dynamicism and sense of energy impossible to impart through metal type alone. Really? Okay. If you say so. I like it. Again, the negative space. There's like a random blank spot. It's cool. I like it. I like it. How It Works. Remember that TV show? Oh, How It's Made. I think that's what it is. How It's Made. How you guys doing? We holding up? We holding up? I got my like ADD or some shit going on right now. I just want to like smoke things, drink things. Sometimes, you know, it's a mission to read a wall of text sometimes. Literally, it was a wall of text. Like these pictures, this text was on a wall and I took a picture of it. So how it works. While posters from each school can appear quite similar, designers from Basel typically show a preference for high contrast photography and more artistically placed lettering, while those from Zurich traditionally use less photography, especially after the 1960s, and adhere to a grid at all times. While Reuter and his students promoted the universe typeface, both camps leaned heavily on either hand-cut lettering when large type was unavailable, or accidens grotesque. Despite popular myth, Helvetica was not commonly used in posters until the 1980s. So that's interesting. I think someone last time on the previous stream was asking about Helvetica and stuff, so they brought it up. That's interesting. Putting aside, they use sans serif at this time. Putting aside these differences, the general concepts behind the grid systems and design remain the same. It all begins with planning. What is the problem you need to solve? What is the message you want to present? With those two questions in mind, the designer starts by determining how many fields are needed to compose the appropriate grid. There could be as few as 2 by splitting the page in half. Okay, so there's the grid system. There's two columns. Splitting the page in half. They do not all need to be the same size. Okay, so you can move the 2 columns around by different sizes. They do not need to be the same size, but the smallest field should correspond to the smallest design element, either text or image. Type and image should never touch, thereby allowing for optimal clarity. In that car design, they touched in the car design. When the car was the prize, you'll notice that one touched. 20 or 32 fields are generally considered to be the ideal number, allowing for ample placement options without creating visual clutter. Each composition, however, is unique and calls for its own grid analysis, forcing the designer to be a mathematician and a visual architect as he builds the page. This rational approach to composition prioritizes clarity of communication. Maintaining that clarity through creativity is the art. That is so fascinating because, you know, I'm working on this magazine and I think I have some really cool pages I'd like to share with you, actually. I've shared with you guys a long time ago, but I do have something up right now, actually. Hold on. I've shared with you guys a long time ago, but I happened to randomly bring it up to start working on the magazine again, and I didn't really touch it, but it's up for some reason. And this is one that you guys may have seen before. I don't know if not, but these are, you know, I would find understanding the Swiss grid system really interesting for working on this magazine, because like you see, there's the large typeface and then the smaller ones, and there's like the grid system with all these boxes down below, and you know, dealing with text and typography with imagery and stuff like that, I think is really interesting. So I'm actually very, very intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued by this Swiss grid. So I want to learn a little bit more about that, and also I studied mathematics. So this seems like it's right up my alley, considering I'm working on this magazine, which, I understand mathematics, so yeah. Check the Discord real quick, okay. That's awesome. Dude, that's awesome. I want to share it with everybody. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. It's awesome. You two are libtard. I'm posting that. It's amazing. Thank you, Jay. And I love that still of me. It's amazing too.
Kunstgewerbeschule.
Okay. Oh my god, that's still... Wait, what did you guys... You clipped something?
Kunstgewerbeschule.
Seriously? I'm not saying that. It's really fucking funny, dude. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Kunstgewerbeschule.
Seriously? I'm not saying that. My face at the end. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god. I have to post that. That's so funny. Oh god. My face. This is so funny. I want to bring it up, actually. It's kind of funny. Show and folder. Nope. Yeah, that's it. Why does it look like that? Why does it look like that? Oh my god, look, it's double me. How weird. It's double me, how weird. Okay.
Kunstgewerbeschule.
Seriously? I'm not saying that.
Kunstgewerbeschule.
Seriously? I'm not saying that. It's so funny. I love it. I'm posting that. Alright. Let's get back to it. Whoa! Oh, that's what happens when I play with the sizes of things. Kunstgewerbeschule. Alright, where are we? Where are we? Please refer to the handout at the beginning of this exhibition to see how each poster builds upon a flexible grid system. I actually did grab that. If you guys are interested, we could always do another part 3 Swiss grid if you'd like, because I find the grid system thing really fascinating. I'm into it. You know, art stream, you know, All learn together stuff. The National Zeitung, 1959. This is a set of wraps that would have been placed around folded issues of the Swiss newspaper National Zeitung. Karl Gressner, whose design studio employed Schrag, had previously designed the N and Z so that they spelled out the paper's initials from all angles. Okay, cool. National. Let's find that one. Let's find that one. It's an album. I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's that one. This one. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I like it. I like it. I like it. So yeah, that is I guess you could see the N and the Z from all angles. And then there's the Dremel Pro. Dremel Pro? No. Dremel Pro 1960. This is an original type specimen for Accidents Grotesque. What the fuck is that? Okay, Dremel Pro. 1960. Oh, okay, I think it's that. On the top here. That's pretty cool. I like it too. They didn't start doing that until 1980, huh? Maybe it existed before. I don't know. We'll see. And then we have... Yeah, the Helvetica's 1963. It says, featuring photos from Muller Brockman's studio, this type specimen book displays the latest version of Helvetica. Okay, so I guess it existed, but it wasn't like one of their main ones that they used at the time. They did sans serif. This is like the seed of no retreat, no surrender. When the guy has a flashback of stuff that happened just minutes ago. That's literally what it was like. It was so weird to see, like, literally I'm just wearing the same thing. And you missed when Martina did the Swiss grid dance. Did I do a Swiss grid dance? Did I just start dancing? Oh my god, did I do that? Ridiculous. Alright, let's check this out some more. Gill Sands, 1953. This type specimen book promotes the Gill type family. Cool. Alright, let's check out that one. Oh, I think it's this one. Alright, I think these are typeface books. This is the Gill. I think that's what's happening here. The typeface books. Cool. Got it. Now I understand what's happening here. City Druck, 1959. This advertisement promotes the City Druck Printing Company and was heralded in New Graphique as a standout composition by an up-and-coming designer. Cool. City Druck. Wait, what was it? Advertising for a printing company that was heralded in the New Graphique. feel like, is it this one? Yep, City Draw. It is that one. Okay, so this is an advertisement for a printing company that was heralded in the New Graphique. Yeah. You danced because you too are libtarded. Oh my god. Cool. Then we have Knoll, 1969. This price list for commercial fabric displays the iconic stripe and type style that would become ubiquitous in most industrial designs of the 1970s and 80s. Okay. Yeah, I mean, why is there a fruit fly around here? I ate the last banana. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what we grew up with, seeing this kinds of, you know, thing, but it's interesting to see it in a museum, and this is what we talk about too when we go over the art history streams and we read through the art history textbook from ancient art, and we're like, what do you think is like art that they're gonna have in these art history books and museums in the future of ours? And this is what it is. I mean, it seems so mundane to us, but sometimes there's just something subtle, whether it's a lamp or, you know, upholstery catalog that just looks normal to us, but it defines a moment in time in history and what happened if you really understand it. And it's really interesting stuff. I like it. Like, it's cool. And then we have Gamographique, 1957, based on a corresponding poster. This invitation announces an exhibition of music graphics at the Kunstmuseum in Zurich. The Kunstmuseum in Zurich. Okay, let's find it. Oh, I think this is what it is, right? Because it's a music thing. Yeah. It's the... There we go. That's the word. Kunstmuseum in Zurich. How do you say any of these things? Europa. I see Europa. America and Europa. Oh, see? Look, I understood that. America and Europa. It actually is a cool design. Yeah, see, there's the Kunstmuseum. It actually is an interesting design. Look, I like it. First of all, I like transparent things, so it's kind of cool. And the way that it's just going that way, and then that way, and then like this, and then like that, and then like this. If you get that reference, it's really funny. And like, that's cool. I like it. It's a cool design. Oh, Josh Randall. Thank you for the $20. Small donation towards the Lady Alchemy Cheese Fund. Thank you so much, because you guys know how expensive cheese is. Thank you, thank you.
Small donation towards the Lady Alchemy Cheese Fund.
Thank you. Hell yeah. You guys know how expensive cheese is. You gotta help me maintain my cheese fund. I have a cheese habit. And you can always do that by going to this link, streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. Thank you so much, Josh Randall. It's so kind of you guys. Really, really does support my cheese fund. That's not even a joke. I genuinely just spend my money on food and bills. Smokes too. I do on smokes, but you know, food mainly. And the cheese fund is real. It's not even kidding. I enjoy cheese, so can't eat it if I can't afford it, but if there's a cheese fund, yeah, thank you. Alright, let's get back to it. Swiss graphic design is a concept inseparable from the grid. Richard Hollis. Hollis? Jacqueline Casey says, it is important to have a process in which logic determines where things are placed. I use the grid because I won't build a page without first laying the foundation. Damn, I'm really excited. I do want to learn about this, and it would make my magazine so much better to understand this grid design layout thing. Cool. I love this. This is great. Oh, I see what they're saying. Yeah, the NZ. It's an NZ from any angle. That's what makes this so genius. See, it's NZ this way, and then if you rotate this image, let's rotate it, it's still an NZ this way. You see? It's an NZ from every which way. It does not support editing. Undo change. Okay, go back then. Cool. I like it. Oops. Cool. This is great design for the magazine. Just like the design that I showed you with Lucy. That's cool. I like that. So this is 1958. This poster promotes an exhibition of newspaper history at the Guerbe Museum in Basel. Due to the close relationship between museums and schools in Switzerland, this poster would have been executed by Reuter's students as part of an in-class exercise, with each student working on a single element. As the school only had smaller printing presses, the poster is made up of 2 sheets of paper. Oh yeah, it is. It's a lot of effort into that, but just saying. Hello, Bianca Fights the Zombies. Welcome, welcome. We've been rocking and rolling for an hour and 40 minutes, so I may go on to the second break of the evening very soon. But we have been going on for an hour and 40 minutes, just so you know, so there's a lot to catch up on, a lot of really fun stuff about the Swiss Grid. So I do hope you catch up on that. But let's just see what this is about a little bit, shall we? So, the giant Z and the halftone image of the boy are hand cut into linoleum, while the lower text is a combination of plastic, die Zeitung, and metal type. The entire piece is printed via letterpress in one lockup. Okay. Okay. This is really cool too. Please excuse the terrible lighting, which creates this glare where you can see not only me and my friend here, but everything going on in the background as well. Oh my god, you can see everything. So try to ignore all that, and the light up here. Try to ignore all that and just see it all as black. Oh god, this ghetto ass music outside. This is so ghetto. You're talking about being horny in a club. Singing about. Terrible. That's terrible music. It's just absolutely terrible. Objectively. Sorry, now I'm rolling another thing because of that music. Okay, I should put that away. I'm gonna put that away. Don't need to roll that right now. So we have Aperna Zurich. Okay. Okay, this is it. Medea. 1972. Wow, okay. It's getting up there now. It's really started in the 40s and then worked its way into definitely hardcore 50s and 60s and then 70s. Now we're at the 70s. Hold up. Okay, here we go. It's Joseph Muller-Brockmann. Classic, the classic. This photo offset poster combines printed accidents grotesque type in the upper registers with a giant hand-cut M dominating the lower half of the page. It certainly is, certainly is. Okay, so is that the type when they talk about that grotesque type, I think? So Muller-Brockmann created dozens of posters for the Zurich Opera House. Cool. Almost all of which are a simple but effective combination of text and color with no pictorial image. Here he focuses on a giant lowercase m to advertise a production of Medea. Ballsy. Pretty ballsy. I would get told, what the fuck is this, if I did that. Anyway, I think I'm going to do the second break if you guys don't mind. How are you guys feeling about that? I think I'm going to go for it. Sometimes my YouTube actually gets flagged by music that's going on in the background, so watch my stream get copyright kind of flag for that. Okay, you guys got a P2. Okay, cool. Put a commercial on. So putting a pin in this and stick around. Don't go anywhere. Be right back, and we're going to finish up some of this Swiss grid. I don't think we have too much more to go. Oh my god, actually that's literally it. Oh my god, it's literally it. Oh wow. Okay, we're at the end of that. Whoa, okay, so we're definitely gonna go do a commercial, and then what we'll do next is maybe go through a little bit of the other stuff that we saw at this museum that kind of doesn't really fit in its own stream. So we'll go over a little bit more. Cool. Alright, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around, thank you. And also don't forget, you can always go to streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV if you enjoy and you have a few bucks to spare. It helps the cheese fund. Thank you.
Squad is ready for you to lead them through. With Johnny 7 OMA, you charge. Fire grenade. Bullseye for Johnny 7. Watch out, tank. Fire anti-armor shell. Fire anti-tank rocket. Johnny 7's got him on the run. Johnny 7 fires bullets like a rifle. Fires like a Tommy gun. Now it's a cap-firing pistol. You've won with Johnny 7, the one-man army gun. It's 7 guns in one. Let's count them. 1 is a grenade launcher. 2 anti-armor gun. 3 anti-tank gun. 4 bullet-firing rifle. 5 Tommy gun. 6 anti-bunker gun. 7 cap-firing pistol. There's no other gun like it. To be sure, look for Johnny 7 OMA, the one-man army by Topper.
Those who dream and design are always contributing to our ways of work. Working situations benefit from a new kind of layout, bright, open, and inviting. The modern designer creates beauty through simplicity, bringing to active business a look of casualness, a look of luxury. combining to create a new look to American efficiency. The designer's influence is reflected in our work, adding new style and new appeal to the variety of outdoor equipment that serves us in so many ways. Engineering the shape and look of machines that change the shape and look of the land itself. There's a fresh look to fun in America today. Stylists have added new zest to recreation by bringing an exciting look to the large variety of things which make leisure hours more pleasurable. Modern fashion has the active look, the casual look. The family at home is enjoying the convenience and the functional beauty of walls of glass, merging room with room, blending inside with outside. Modern American architecture has a boldness, a functional beauty, the look of America expressed in materials old and new.
Howdy! Grapes, the name, Goofy Grape. Though why they call me Goofy, I don't know. Yes, sir, I'm one of the new funny-faced drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny faces, fancy drinks.
One of the new funny-faced drinks. Here's what you do. You pour me into a pitcher, add water, don't add sugar. I'm already sweet when you buy me. You can drink all you want. Mom won't mind. 'Cause look, Mom, I'm pre-sweetened without sugar. And so are my friends. Injun Orange. Oh. Rootin' Tootin' Raspberry. Yahoo! Freckle-faced Strawberry. Hi. Chinese Cherry. And Loudmouth Lime. Hello, hello, hello. Look for us at your store. Funny-faced drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny faces, fancy drinks.
We're sweet without sugar, so no sugar mess.
Hey guys, we're back. Thanks guys, sorry about your troubles if you're having Streamlabs troubles. Yeah, that's right, I prefer Streamlabs because I get the money right away, which I could use for the cheese fund right away. And And stream, YouTube takes a third of the cut, so it kind of sucks. But, so yeah, I prefer Streamlabs. So I'm sorry if there's any issues. That sucks. You could always do PayPal if you want, but it won't really contribute to this. Neither does Streamlabs. But Josh Randall, thank you so much for the $10, and sorry about the troubles. He says, will this cover a higher end pack of smokes? LOL. Probably. Probably. Yeah. Rootin' tootin', that's right. Anyway, so we finished up with, oh, what's that? Is that Josh?
Will this cover a higher end pack of smokes? Lol.
Thank you. It certainly would, because I smoke Bugler, so it's pretty shit. Thank you, thank you. I'm due for a pack tonight. This is looking pretty grim. Thank you. So yeah, we wrapped up. I'll let this guy play out. Oh, I forgot my piano music. Swiss grid dance. I don't know what dance I did. But anyway, so yeah, we finished the Swiss grid, and we can back it up into some other things that we missed last time that don't really fit into its own stream. And also we have a little bit of art news today. I don't know if you guys know about the art news, but there is news in the world of art today. If you guys have seen Spain, once again, Spain, good old Spain, with their art restorations, have done it again. So we have ArtNet News. Art World. Who did this? Yet another amateur art restorer in Spain has absolutely demolished a once beautiful artwork. When will the butchery end? Yeah. Left the original sculpture and right the restored version, courtesy of Facebook. Spain, the country most famous for... the country most famous for producing botched art restorations. Let's look at some more of them. Oh my god. Stop. Okay, we gotta read this one too. That one's not the worst, honestly. It's not the worst, that one. But it looks terrible. Yeah, there's the classic Jesus. I mean, oh god, why? So yeah, Spain, the country most famous for producing botched art restorations, has produced for your viewing pleasure yet another mauled artwork, for this time in the city of Palencia. Palencia? I live in Spain, but the S is silent. Oh. Spain. So, Spain? Spain. No, it was not a joke, George. It's not a joke. So, what was once a handsomely carved, smiling female figure surrounded by livestock has been transformed into a claymation nightmare. Okay, this is the source, which is The Guardian. Spanish statue botch up is a new rival to Borgia's Monkey Christ. Okay. God, it's never ending. Look, with all these links. This is like getting into the freaking Pinterest rabbit hole. Like, never ending with this botched. In this case, which was the first reported by a local news outlet, the result resembled a failed facelift undertaken on some poor, unwitting snowman. It's almost as if a child was tasked with the job. But really, what child could produce such a nightmare? The female figure's head, once tilted downward, is now a smooth egg shape with cockeyed mismatched eye sockets stuck on. The figure's nose is a soft mound, with and the mouth is formed by two thin, slightly upturned lips. Her cheeks and chin nowhere to be found. Taken together, the figure now resembles Donald Trump, one Twitter user noted, right down to the asymmetrical hair swoop. Okay. Alright, looks like Trump. Okay. They had to figure out somehow to do that. Like, it's art news. It's art news! And you figured out how to, like, shit on Trump. On Facebook, Palencia resident Antonio Guzman Capel noted that while the restorer was doubtless at fault, the real criminal here was surely whomever commissioned the job and did nothing to rectify the grievous situation. The Professional Association of Restorers and Conservators, bless its heart, noted on Twitter that this is not a professional restoration. Thank you, Professional Association of Restorers and Conservators, for clearing up any confusion, especially when there is so much PR defense to play. Back in June, when a painting of the Virgin Mary was transformed into an unrecognizable blur, gotta see it. Oh God, no. Well, that also explains the meme that I posted. This one, because there it is. That explains that one. But there's also this one, where you see the bottom of this bottle. Yep. Alright. Oh wait, I think there was some more. Let me see. Yeah, there's that one. Yeah, there's this. Okay. So back in June, when a painting of the Virgin Mary was transformed into an unrecognizable blur, the former president of the Restorers Association told The Guardian that more trained restorers were needed in the field, which was being marred by amateurs. I mean, if this is not a reason to study art history, then I don't know what is. I mean, people that are in art school and studying art and whatever, that don't really have jobs and are struggling or whatever, this seems like what's called a market. Looks like there's a market for some art restorers, okay? So if you study art history and you're in art school, I would consider this a really good job opportunity because it seems like they're really needed. And you could probably get some decent money, especially from associations like the, the Professional Association of Restorers and stuff. It seems like they need people. Can you imagine just anyone being allowed to operate on other people, or someone being allowed to sell medicine without a pharmacist's license, he added. Indeed. Indeed. Okay, well, shit. Let's continue on with looking at this one real quick. This is from 2018. I gotta figure out what's going on here. Okay, so there's been another sacrilegious restoration in the land of Beast Jesus. See, dude, this never-ending fucking rabbit hole. Okay, there's this one, yeah. The most recent restoration plunder in Spain has taken place in the northwest region of Asturias, in the village of Renadorio. A local tobacco shop owner, Maria Luisa Mendez, has brightly repainted a 15th century sculptural trinity of Mary, Saint Anne, and baby Jesus himself, as well as two other figures, one of Saint Peter and the second Virgin Mary. Mendez gave the wooden figures a neon makeover, including fresh eyeliner and lipstick. The amateur painter has defended her decision, saying that the statues in the shrine needed a paint job. She said that she had received permission from the local clergy, according to local media reports. That just sounds like she's a fucking retard. It just sounds like she's a retard. I'm not a professional painter, but I've always liked painting, and the statues really needed painting. I'm gonna repeat that. I'm not a professional painter, but I've always liked painting, and the statues really needed painting. What? She told El Comercio, I painted them the best I could, using what I thought were the right colors. The neighbors like them too. Ask around here, you'll find out. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not a professional painter, but I've always liked painting, and the statues really needed painting. I painted them the best I could, using what I thought were the right colors. I mean, neon. The neighbors like them too. I mean, just ask around. Everyone likes it. Yeah, good job. Good job, Doris. Mendez. Apparently, local news outlets did find some supportive locals. The town has 16 residents. But Gernaro Alonso, the regional minister for culture and education in Asturias, disagrees. He called the amateur work more a vengeance than a restoration, according to the newspaper La Voz de Asturias. In fact, the statue has been restored by a professional only 15 years earlier. The reason that restorer had left the Trinity piece of St. Mary, St. Anne and Baby Jesus unpainted was because the wooden family had never been painted in the first place. They've used the kind of industrial enamel paint that they sell for painting anything in absolutely garish and absurd colors. Luis Suarez Zaro, the original restorer, told The Guardian. The result is just staggering. You don't know whether to laugh or cry. Saro says an infrared examination will need to be undertaken in order to determine the damage and whether any of the original polychrome paint on St. Peter and the Virgin Mary statue had survived. This isn't the first time that Spain has had an amateur restoration. Here we go, going down the rabbit hole some more, on its historical art. In June, a Spanish art teacher tried to restore when the Church of Saint Miguel de Estella in Navarre, Spain, to try to restore a 16th century St. George on horseback, giving him a cartoonish makeover that drew comparisons to Hergé's comic book character Tintin. Ah, this one. Okay. Then there was the Eco Homo incident of 2012, in which 83-year-old Cecilia Jimenez painted over an almost century-old fresco of Jesus in her local church in Borgia, Spain. The monkey-like results earned the now infamous moniker Beast Jesus. Many in Spain have taken to Twitter with the hashtag SOS Patrimonio, SOS Patrimony, demanding an intervention into the trend that they view as an attack on their heritage. I'm in agreement with that. I'll save it. I'll save that tweet. Alright, well, okay, there's that. There's this thing. Beast Jesus. I don't know what that guy was thinking either. Let's see this Immaculate Conception. Oh yeah, this one. Conservation experts in Spain have called for a tightening of the laws covering restoration work after a copy of a famous painting by the Baroque artist Bartolomeu Esteban Murillo became the latest in the long line of artists to suffer damaging and disfiguring repair. I mean, fucking hell, I can do a better job than that. Fuck. A private art collector in Valencia was reportedly charged 1,200 euros by a furniture restorer to have the picture of the Immaculate Conception cleaned. However, the job did not go as planned, and the face of the Virgin Mary was left unrecognizable despite 2 attempts to restore it to its original state. The case has inevitably resulted in comparisons with the infamous Monkey Christ incident 8 years ago, when a devout parishioner attempted to restore a painting of the scourged Christ on the wall of a church on the outskirts of the northeastern Spanish town of Borgia made headlines around the world. Fernando Carrera, a professor at the Galician School for Conservation and Restoration of Cultural Heritage, said such cases highlighted the need for work to be carried out only by properly trained restorers. I don't think this guy or these people should be referred to as restorers, Carrera told The Guardian. Let's be honest, they're botchers who botch things up. They destroy things. Harsh but accurate. Harsh but accurate. Carrera, a former president of Spain's Professional Association of Restorers and Conservators, said the law currently allowed people to engage in restoration projects even if they lack the necessary skills. You can imagine just anyone being allowed to operate on other. Can you imagine just anyone being allowed to operate on other people, or someone being allowed to sell medicine without a pharmacist license, or someone who's not an architect being allowed to put up a building? While restorers were far less important than doctors, he added, the sector still needed to be strictly regulated for the sake of Spain's cultural history. Agreed. We see this kind of thing time and time again, and yet it keeps happening. Paradoxically, it shows how important professional restorers are. We need to invest in our heritage, but even before we talk about money, we need to make sure that the people who undertake this kind of work have been trained in it. Absolutely. Maria Borja, one of Acre's vice presidents, also said Incidents such as the Murillo mishap were unfortunately far more common than you might think. Speaking to Europa Press, which broke news of the Murillo repair, she added, "We only find out about them when people report them to the press or on social media, but there are numerous situations when works are undertaken by people who aren't trained." I mean, imagine living in Europe and just having old shit all like that all the time, and just retards being like, "I'm gonna fix that." Non-professional, and in America it's hard to kind of imagine because it's like, we don't, like, old shit isn't just lying around like in our local church. Non-professional interventions for Borgia added mean that artworks suffer and the damage can be irreversible. Carrera said Spain had a huge amount of cultural and historical heritage because of all the different groups that have passed through the country over the centuries, leaving behind their marks and monuments. Another part of the problem, he added, was that some politicians just don't give a toss about heritage. Sounds like right wing in America. Meaning that Spain did not have the financial resources to safeguard all the treasures of its past. We need to focus society's attention on this so that it chooses representatives who put heritage on the agenda, he said. It doesn't have to be at the very top because it's obviously not like healthcare or employment. There are many more important things, but this is our history. I mean, absolutely agree. This guy sounds completely reasonable. It doesn't have to be at the very top of the fucking list. It's not like healthcare or employment, but I mean, like, culture and history is fucking important. So kind of put it somewhere in there. Thank you. The stand first and picture caption on this article are amended. Okay. Anyway. Interesting. Alright, well, you know, that's that. Let me see. I don't really have anything else to go over now, guys, and it's been 2 hours and 17 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. If you'd like me to keep going, we can go over a little bit more of what I saw at the poster house. Like I said, I have some things that don't really fit into any particular category. But, you know, did a little art news today, so it's a bit fun. If you want to keep it going, you could always let me know with a Streamlabs donation or something, maybe. And I can go over some more if you'd like, but I may just wrap it up here and maybe just play the last commercial as the outro instead, if you guys want to stick around and just chit-chat while we play this last commercial, which I think have been pretty fun, no? Right? Oh, thank you, Toffer. Tolfer? Tolfer. Save it for next time. Thanks for sharing. Okay, should I save the next commercial for next time? Or the content for next time? I'll just throw it in there. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. Okay. I'm not pressuring anyone to give me money, but I think some people are in a position where they have a decent career, they have a decent job, and they're, you know, in the position where they enjoy my content, appreciate my content, and they have the means to donate, then please do. I really appreciate it. Straight Rob, did you just get in here? Because it's been like 2.5 hours of this shit. Oh my god, you gotta backtrack and check out what we just went over, because we just went over 2.5 hours of shit. Okay, we just went over the failed botched art restorations, and we went over the Swiss grid. So yeah, I'll let the piano play for a second, and I'll let you guys make up your mind if anyone wants to continue or not. But I'm ready to call it a night. I'm gonna do some editing tonight. I'm working on editing for the Thanksgiving stream, so Thanksgiving stream is going to be Wednesday, November 25th. So the day before Thanksgiving, people should be home, chilling, probably bored, if not getting ready. Mr. Dongs. Okay, I appreciate that comment. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, George. Yeah, so if you guys want to join, a lot of people really enjoyed the Halloween stream. We watched a lot of movies. We watched public domain horror films. So I don't know exactly what we could watch for Thanksgiving, but a lot of people were they really enjoyed our public domain movie films. It was really good. If you haven't seen it, I mean, I would go backtrack if you don't know what to put on sometime and have nothing to watch, because the Halloween stream we watched 3 movies, and there were 3 incredible movies. One of them was Vampire Hookers, and they were really good and they were entertaining. So I think I'll try to see if there's a movie we can watch for Thanksgiving. I like to have it themed and make it fun, and I'll get really festive about it. So I want to try to find the right film. If not, we'll figure out what to do, but I want to do some more vintage films. Let's watch Pavo Saves Christmas. Is that a real film? Because apparently Pavo is a really big star in these like B-movie like things. As long as it's public domain, which a lot of those kind of shitty movies are, I'm down. And if there's a themed one, we should definitely throw a Pavo movie in there. I know he's been in a lot of stuff, so. Have you seen the early Ray Harryhausen films? They are in the public domain. No, I have not, but I'll write that down. Thank you. Let's do, what is it? Ray Harryhausen public domain films. Okay, it's not. Okay, well, you know, Pablo's been in a ton of films, so we should look up what he's been in. Let's look this up real quick, actually. Hold up. Let's see something. So we got Vampire. Vic Diaz. Right. Okay, this is like a mini bio, but is there like the full-on like movie list that he's been in? Yeah, okay, we saw that, but is there a trailer? I don't see a trailer. Oh my god, Wave the Trumpet movie. Watch online. Yeah, I can't find it. It's probably just super obscure. Like, what the fuck? Okay, let's find another one. Diaz soon amassed a huge number of credits, frequently appearing in movies for director Eddie Romero and Ciro Santiago. Among his most noteworthy roles are a sneaky, ruthless diamond smuggler in Monty Hellman's Flight to Fury, 1965. Let's see this.
The prize is a fortune in diamonds, just waiting for the right gang of thieves to heist them. But Jacks are wild in this deal.
I guess I tend to be a little overly friendly at times.
And when the crook's plane crashes in the jungle, Jack steals the gems and the movie.
I'm getting kind of a boot out of it. Are you out of your mind? No, it's true. It's a tremendous feeling.
Add to your Nicholson shelf an early role that got him noticed.
I'm taking the first chance I get in cutting. That's
Nicholson?
all there is to it.
Like Bogart and Cagney, he started as a tough guy with more than just a killer smile. A must-have video rental for every Nicholson fan. Take aim on Flight to Fury.
What? What? Huh. Alright. Didn't see Pavo in there, but that's okay. I'm sure he's fantastic in it. Okay, played a cunning and devious Satan in Beast of the Yellow Knight, 1971. Cool.
When the evil in a man has so rotted away his soul that even death cannot bring him release, he suffers the cruelest curse ever placed upon mortal man by the host of darkness. He becomes the Beast of the Yellow Knight.
This is amazing. That's awesome. That aesthetic is so cool.
What happened to his face?
Mangled beyond recognition.
He turns into Pavo?
He returned from the dead to possess the body, the life, and the woman of another. But his desire made him a savage beast, condemned to stalk the night with an insatiable lust for living flesh.
Nobody could have done that with his bare hands. What kind of a weapon would you need to rip out a man's heart with a single blow?
Pavo? That was Pavo? One of those guys was Pavo.
Tahimik lang! May sasabihin ako sa inyo.
Starring John Ashley and Mary Wilcox. Beast of the Yellow Knight. See it with someone you trust.
Cool. Steven says, gotta check out The Killing of Satan sometime. So bad it's awesome. I love when that happens. I love that. Okay. An amiable mechanic in Jack Starrett's terrific The Losers, 1970. Not that one. Let's do 1970. That looks right.
Here come the losers. Killers by instinct, mercenaries by profession.
Chet Davis is in one of these three huts. We don't know which one. There's two small trails leading into here. That's why you need the bikes. Speed's all you got going for you.
The bread, man.
I'm a full-blooded American boy, Captain. Just love me.
Cool shot.
The Losers.
That's a genuine goop flattener. Man, you just roll over them, flatten them out, dry them, sail them off.
The Losers.
Love it. Love it. Love it. A mute, whimpering, bucktooth, hunchback, village idiot, and Night of the Cobra Woman, 1972. That sounds fantastic.
Now the resurgent interest in this bizarre, weird world of ancient witchcraft and ceremonial magic is brought to you in all its stark terror and nightmarish horror. Blood orgy of the she-devils.
And lust in her eyes. A woman of flesh becomes a venomous viper. Plunging her fangs into warm flesh, she sucks the life from the bodies of men. She comes to entwine men in her arms. They wanted love. She gave them terror and death.
Watch out! Do you think you could love me?
Only the cobra could satisfy her unearthly desires.
Of course. If you want to escape from me, you still can. If you dare.
Night of the Cobra Woman. The most terrifying picture you will ever see. Night of the Cobra Woman. From New World Pictures. In color.
Okay. A flamboyant homosexual prison guard in Jack Hill's hilarious Chicks in Chains Send Up, The Big Birdcage, 1972. That sounds good too. Damn. Kinky. Kinky. Savaged.
The Big Birdcage. A strange yet brutal world of men who are only half men.
Don't
Pavo?
play coy with me, Tootsie. You don't have
There he
anything
is.
I'd be interested in anyway.
And women who are more than all women.
I told you I was gonna cut it off and try to pull that shit on me.
Kill Pussycat Kill Kill is so good. It's so sexy.
Meet the girls of the Big Birdcage. Enslaved to every cruel whim and desire of a ruthless madman.
Now, where's Jungle?
Don't you think I'd tell you before I let this fat pansy slap me around.
Abused by savage degenerates. Ravaged by vicious dogs. Punished by the terrible machine that maims tender bodies and cripples innocent young minds.
Damn it! She has no right not to tell us. She's the only one around here that ever gets any, and she won't even tell us about it.
Denied the one thing which would make their life bearable.
That's a huge
Their
bitch.
passions burst forth in a wild rampage of vengeance and destruction. The Big Birdcage, starring Pam Grier, Anitra Ford, Candace Roman, Ted Abrachi, Carol Speed, Karen McKevick,
Vic Diaz.
and Sid Haig.
Aw, come on. You left out the star.
Let me die. I want to die.
The huge bitch is always running.
Where do you want to be buried, nigga? And it's Miss Nigger to you.
Wow. Okay. That one was pretty interesting. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, it sounds pretty interesting. Okay, I've got to see if it's public domain. We'll figure it out. But I do want to watch Hard R. Hard R? Question mark. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. See if some of those are public domain. I want to find maybe some festive ones that are public domain. Anything maybe pilgrimy or Native American-y, Americana-y. So we'll see. But anyway, that was fun. Wow, they really did take the word back in this movie. I have to see if it's public domain. The Big Birdcage. The Big Birdcage movie, public domain. I'm not seeing public domain in any of these things. 27 best bird cages, public domain images. No. I'm not seeing public domain in any of these searches. Watch full movie online. But can I? Nope. Not that. Public domain films, Birds of Prey, Cat in the Cage. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we can watch it, unfortunately. So I don't know. We gotta find some fun ones. If you guys have any good ideas, just, you know, hit us up on stream until Thanksgiving. And, you know, like I said, Wednesday the 25th. The day before Thanksgiving, we can all hang out if you want. If you're bored, don't know what to do, we'll be around, and it'll be fun, okay? Alright, guys. Love you guys. And I love when dudes, ladies have a crush on me. That's the fun. That's when that's good. I like that. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm going to put on the last little commercial. And so stick around. I'll be in the chat, okay? Have fun.
I can't type. I don't take dictation. I won't sharpen pencils. I can't file. My boss calls me indispensable.
Miss Jones,
Just a minute.
will you make a copy of this?
Naturally. I pushed the button on the Xerox 914. I make perfect copies of whatever my boss needs by just turning a knob and pushing a button. Anything he can see, I can copy in black and white on ordinary paper. And am I fast? I can make 7 copies in a minute. By the way, I never need wet chemicals. My 914 is a dry machine, powder dry. Sometimes my boss asks me which is the original, and sometimes I don't know. Here, Mr. Smith, I'm going to lunch with Mother.
As the stylists surround our lives with functional forms of beauty, so they surround themselves in an atmosphere of aesthetic challenge. For the studio of design is an inspiration in itself, where men and women representing a variety of talents join their efforts and materialize their dreams. To give us a better understanding of the basic elements which go to make up the American look, let us look at an example of how styles and designs are created and developed. Working in an artistic atmosphere, men and women of taste and imagination come together to take on the task of creating a design which will express the American look. To every stylist, engineer, draftsman, and clay modeler, as well as the specialists on color, fabrics, and metals, the creation of a new design is a complex process and a tremendous challenge worthy of their most exhaustive effort. And because the newest designs must be kept confidential until just the right moment, the stylists work in rooms that are constantly locked. And here the dream begins, as the basic concepts of the design problem are defined and outlined. In the broadest terms, the objectives are stated and clarified, appraised and evaluated. And thus, a design theme, an imaginative but practical goal, is established and agreed upon. Now there is only the stylist's creativity, his courage to dream, his knowledge and his experience, to bring forth a beginning, a starting point, a place of departure. And from such dream work of individual stylists, there emerge finally a number of concepts, which, although varying greatly in specific treatment, still conform to the established limits of the overall design theme. Now the choice narrows down to 1 or 2 concepts, which combine the best styling features from all the other efforts. With the basic concept established, the design must now undergo an intensive period of improvement, refinement, changes, and revisions. Emerging at last as the culmination of ideas developed in many minds through many months. The stylists convert the smaller sketches into full-sized renderings and line drawings, which once again develop and refine the design theme. New dimensions now are added to line to translate the stylist's concept from drawings to full-bodied forms. To model the detailing for the finished design, a pliable material is needed. And the form is sculptured into a faithful bodily expression of the full-sized line drawing. Contours are established and held true to the exactions of templates, which accurately transfer the dimensions for conforming surfaces. At the same time, the individual art forms of decorations are sculptured in clay for a continuing development of the three-dimensional theme. The dreams are presented for approval. Only a short step behind the exterior concept is the design theme of the interior and its concepts of complement in color. Textures must harmonize with colors, and fabrics must be durable as well as artistically compatible with the overall interior theme. Each design concept, exterior as well as interior, is now translated from clay to plaster, from plaster to fiberglass. Thus, the ideas, the concepts, and the dreams of the stylists come to life in the form of full-scale components modeled in fiberglass. To give us the blend of functional beauty, now comes the final transformation into metal, glass, fibers, and fabrics. Modern technology has supplied the American stylist with new materials of intriguing lightness and great strength. The distinguishing marks of the new American look are in art forms, in colors, and in the expressive changes of surface, which bring out the new textures and the interplay of materials. Designs in straight, delicate lines, designs in graceful curves, designs of strength without bulk, beauty of function as well as beauty of form. Indoors or outdoors, wherever we go, or wherever we stay, now and in the future, we can all depend on the stylist to beautify everything we need. From the eye appeal and swift effectiveness of the smallest utensils in the kitchen of the future, to the serene grandeur of our glistening structures, the hand of the stylist is ever designing changes to improve our life of the future. Thanks to the American stylist. Yes, thanks to the men and women who design.
You got a date, skin's looking great, cause Clearasil's ace. Face to face, face to face to face. See you at 8, skin's looking great, CJ's the place. Face to face.
Clearasil gives you great-looking skin, even close up. Inside, it kills bacteria to dry the pimple.
Clearasil's ace. Face to face.
Outside, it soaks up all the excess oil.
Feeling first rate, cause skin's looking great, cause Clearasil's ace.
Clearasil, for skin that looks great, even close up.
Face to face.